Students, I totally forgot that I am out half a day today. I'm in the library, I'm here, but I forgot that I don't have a class, or I won't have class with y'all today. So what that means is that I now need to get the class ready, but I'm gonna make sure y'all don't suffer. So what I'm gonna do is make this video. I'm gonna give y'all access to stuff ahead of time. The other classes don't. And I'm gonna give you some answers in extra time the other class don't get, because I want y'all to be great too. And my lack of preparation should not affect y'all. So here we go. So today there are two things you need to accomplish. One is our new assignment that says equation, models, and solve. And the other is yesterday's paper, where all we had to do is write out the equation. So, because we started with this yesterday, let me give a quick reminder. On this assignment, at least on number 1, it says Pedro opened his account with $710 and withdrew $35 per week. Maria opened her account with $570 and withdrew $25 weekly. And how many weeks will their accounts be equal? So yesterday we talked about what an equation is, and it's based off this word equality, with this idea that things are equal. That whatever I do to one side, I do to the other, because things are equal. If I take away one side, I take away the other, or from the other. So I set up this first part, Pedro, and he opened his account with $710. Notice that I'm reading the situation to get these numbers, and he withdrew. That means to take out. If I withdraw or withdrew money from my bank account, I took away money. So I subtracted $35 per week. Well, per is a multiplication word, but the number of weeks we don't know, and that's represented by an X, because it's the number of weeks. We just don't know how many weeks. So $710 withdrew $35 per week. Beautiful. Maria, the other part of our situation, in this case our equation, she opened her account with $570. And she also, that keyword withdrew, so subtraction, withdrew $25 weekly. Once again, we don't know the number of weeks that is, so we're just gonna say minus 25 per week. And how many weeks would their accounts be equal, meaning same? That tells me that that's where our equal sign goes. On the left side of our equation, we have Pedro's situation, and on the right side, we have Maria's. This is called writing an equation that has variables on both sides. This is 8th grade level. This is what you need to be able to do through all of these, okay? Use your activity from yesterday, or notes from yesterday if necessary, okay? There's 1 through 10. The last 4 ask you to write your own. So do the best you can, and we'll talk about it in class next time, okay? For those of you who've already done that and are ready to go to our next assignment, here's how it looks. Now, in the center column here, we have specific instructions. It says write the equation of each model in the middle column, and then solve each equation in the right column. So right here in the middle, we just need to write it like we did yesterday, but this time it's from a model, and on the right side, we need to solve it. So let's do that. The fulcrum or center point of each balance is the equal point. So we know that these are equations, which means they have equal signs. When I ever ask you that definition, like what's an equation, class, you tell me it's a math problem with an equal sign. That means 1 plus 1 equals 2 is an equation because it has an equal sign. But in our particular problem here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. So that'd be 4x. We have nothing else on the left side of the equal sign. On the right side, we have 2 x's and 2 positives. So that'd be 2x plus 2. Done. That's it. So going to number 2, we have 1, 2, 3 x's plus 1 positive. And on the other side of our equation, the right side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now perhaps you think this is too easy. It kind of is, because this isn't 8th grade level. This is just seeing if you can write it from a model. I want to test where you're at. But here on the back, you might see an example of an 8th grade problem, in which case it's still the same rules. You still write the middle, or write the equation in the middle, and then you solve it on the right. Let's see if you can solve these, if you remember how to solve these. And let me do an example. So if I rewrote it here as 4x equals 2x plus 2, what we're gonna do here is build our wall of equality. That's what we call it in Mr. Tyson's class. You might have heard it as something else, just build a line, draw a line. I kind of call this our wall of equality because everything on both sides of the wall needs to be equal because it's an equation which has an equal sign. So the whole point of an equation though, once you know the definition, the point of it is to find the value of this x or these x's. We need to know at the very end x equals what, because that's the only unknown. We know all the other numbers. So let's get it. You're gonna hear me reference something called "Don't Call Me After Midnight." Here's how that looks. Don't call me after midnight. D stands for distribute. The C, combine like terms, move variable, add and subtract, multiply and divide. Don't call me after midnight. So going back to our learning here, the D was for distribute. And for our sake of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and put the D, C, M, A, M. The D was for distribute. We can't distribute anything because there's no parentheses. C was for combine like terms. On the right side, there's nothing to combine because these are not the same. This has an X, this one doesn't, so I can't put them together. Here, this is by itself, so I can't combine it with anything. So you can almost say check, check. Now this first M says move variables to the same side. So if I subtract 2x to get rid of it on the right, 2x minus 2x cancels out. But what I do to the right side, I do to the left side. Because what? They're equal. 4x minus 2x is now 2x. The only thing I have left is a 2. So 2x is equal to 2. I have moved my variable. Now, I technically in that step, it says, next one says add and subtract anything. Well, there's nothing to add and subtract. I technically already did that, so I'm good there. But is this x alone? And the answer is no, it's not. So then the last step, this last M was multiply and divide. I'm gonna divide this 2 out, and what I do to one side, I do to the other. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 2 divided by 2 is 1 as well. So 1x equals 1, or just x equals 1, because there's literally 1x. It's smeared a little there. But that's how you solve it, okay? Try the middle columns and the end. Get it done, y'all. Y'all got this. And last but not least, make sure that you get your I'm a Shiny Star math practices in, okay? I unlocked 1 through 3 for all of you, so let's get it. Love y'all. Have a great day.